Hi, Ross Tinney here. For all you students and graduates out there looking for work experience or an employer to give you that dream job or internship, I want to share with you a major sobering lesson that I learnt just last week about assumptions. I've been 40 plus years in this industry, and every day I learn new things, or being reminded about the same old things. I'm just like you. I'm vulnerable. Let's talk about the word assume. It's a verb, a doing word. It means to suppose or presume to be the case without proof. There's even a quirky meaning. Assume makes an ass out of you and me, and I will show you how this can unfold in a minute. Where you conjure up in your mind something that you think might happen based on a slither of information you have received without proof. Basically, it's your imagination running wild. I'm sure you've all experienced the following. You've made an initial contact with a potential employer. You've connected on the phone or face-to-face. You've enjoyed an engaging discussion where the employer wants to hear about you, who you are, what you're qualified in, what your aspirations are. In other words, what do you want to be? More importantly, this person has an opening in their business for you or someone like you. Perfect. The meeting ends positively, and you might even say, listen, I'll send you some more information or send you a link to a recent project I've completed. The prospective client says, cool, I'd like to see that, followed by, I'll be in touch. Meeting ends. You get home, you get off the phone, and you're pumped. You fist pump the air, you high five your mum and dad. Well, maybe not that bit. But does this sound familiar? This person is really keen to hire you. You think, oh, this could be the one. This is my work experience I've been looking for. The future job, the intern that could further my career, the mentor, the collaborator, the business partner, you name it. Then you wait. Nothing. 24 hours, nothing. 2 to 3 days, still nothing. And then your mind starts playing games. It starts creating problems. It starts imagining negatives. I want to tell you about an assumption that grew in my head just last week. It's big and it's bizarre. I was contacted through LinkedIn by a filmmaker who had recently moved to Perth. He was out and about, getting around the industry, meeting various people, and I thought, I'll catch up with him. You never know what can happen with these connections. So I met with this guy, let's call him Tim, and we had a really fruitful discussion. I really liked his honesty, his transparency, but most of all, I loved the way he understood drama and storytelling and structure and characters and all that sort of thing. We chatted at length, Tim telling me who he'd been to see and who he was planning on going to see. And at the end of the meeting, I thought, this guy, I really like this guy. He's got potential. So I asked him whether he would like to join me as a co-collaborator in a drama series that I'm currently developing. And he was really keen. I was really pumped about that. We parted. I went home. I was totally pumped. I sat down and straight away sent him an email thanking him for the meeting and sending him an extra couple of notes and a link to a video that I'd created just telling everyone about this series that I'm developing. Then I waited. An hour I waited. Okay, so I'm impatient. 24 hours, nothing. 2 to 3 days, nada. Diddly squat. Not a sausage. Nothing. At this point, a series of assumptions started growing in my head. I was all of a sudden creating a list of negative one-liners why Tim wasn't getting back to me. So much so that my imagination started writing an email. Yep, Tim needed to know what I was thinking. I was so transparent, I wanted to be open and above board, yep. The email went something like this. Hi Tim, I haven't heard from you, so I assume one of 4 things have happened. You've lost my contact details. No, I doubt it. You hated the video so much that you can't bring yourself to call me. Doubt it? And it finished with 2 other rock-solid negative comments why Tim was never going to call me. My imagination had indeed taken flight. I discussed the matter with my wife, Carol. She was dumbstruck. She couldn't believe how I could conjure up so much negativity from absolutely nothing. I thought about what she said, I reflected on it, and then I ignored her. I was convinced I had a case. However, giving Carol a small dose of credibility, I decided to check my inbox just one last time before I transferred all my imaginations to reality. What was sitting in my inbox hit me like a lead balloon. It was an email from Tim. This is what it said. Hi Ross, apologies for the late reply. I've been busy. My wife and I watched your video. You hooked both of us. Ha! Would love to help you in any way with this project. It definitely has potential. Thanks so much for sharing this with me and my wife. You've got something here. Best, Tim. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What on earth was I thinking? This guy Tim was as keen as. I felt like a total idiot. This was a sobering reminder how an assumption can totally deceive you if you let it, regardless of how experienced you are. Now, apply this self-imploding assumption method to every student or graduate who's searching for that work experience, that dream job, that internship. You've made the call, had the chat, got the positive feedback, and then you waited for the callback. And waited. And waited. My life lesson to you, do not, I repeat, do not let your imagination run away from you in this small waiting space. Do not start listing negative assumptions in your head. The person isn't interested in you or what you have to offer. He doesn't like you. He thinks you're a waste of space. He doesn't have actually the job that he said he had. And more importantly, he's not in a position to offer you the job in the first place. I can give you a list of 100 self-destructing negatives. Don't worry about that. So when the person says, I love what you have to offer and I'll be in touch, or I don't have any work right now, but if you give me a call next week, does not mean all of the above I've just mentioned. What it does mean is that they are more than likely very busy managing and running their business, and they've thrown you a lifeline in the hope that you will cling to that and stay in touch. And if they don't get back to you in a reasonably timely manner, regard that as an opportunity for you to give them a gentle nudge in a week or two just to say, hey, I'm still here. Most importantly, by doing that, you are displaying the very qualities of the person that they are looking for. You are proactive, you are positive, and you are persistent. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and if you've got any stories where you started off with a great conversation and it ended up with your dream job, we'd love to hear about it. And if you do like my videos, please do subscribe to my channel and ring the bell for notifications. Have a great day, work hard and be nice to people. Cheers.